Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Barkanmu da sake dawowa a video na uku a JavaScript a sati na biyu a nan Caliphate Tech Solutions Limited. In this video, we are going to discuss what we mean by arithmetic and how we can be able to perform a simple calculation with JavaScript. So sometimes one might be like wondering, why do we need to have arithmetic in web development? So the arithmetic is very, very important to get used into, and also is help you people to, if you later encountered any problem that requires you to add two numbers together or multiply two numbers together, you already have the knowledge on how we can do it, right? Initially in this week, we talked about three different ways we can see an output. The previous video where we discussed a variable, we have used a lot method to display the output. In this video, we are going to use HTML element to put in our output there for us to see. Maybe in the next video next week, we are going to use the console method to display our output there, right? So with that, we'll be able to master all the kind of method to display the output there. So without wasting much time, let me set everything up. You see here we have only one tag here. We call it a paragraph tag. In the paragraph tag, let me get rid of this. In the paragraph tag, we have a button. We have a button. In this button, opening tag button and then the closing tag button there. So we don't have anything in as a content. What we want to do is that we want to send the content from JavaScript here, so that we'll be able to see it there. So now if I get access to the document, what is the document? Document is the entire page there. I can say, okay, document dot get element by ID. What's the element? Let's say in the document, let me just get an element by this ID, maybe any element that has a particular ID. Which ID? Let me say, okay, any element with the ID of message. Message now. Here I can say, okay, inner the element, we want to send HTML. So you see that some text I write them as small letters, and some of them I write them as capital letters. So that is how it's supposed to be shown. So if you have small letter, if you do write it the way I write it, like this. Now if I now say, okay, this one is equals to maybe register here, or maybe let me do sign up here. I have to say is equals to, right? So that you see, okay, and that same element that has this one, then we put this content inside. Then the last thing, I put semicolon there. If I now save this file, come here, then refresh this one, you not see anything there. You're supposed to see something there because maybe you have some problem. Inner HTML is equals to sign up document that get element by ID message. This is message, right? Your message, whatever they call it, or what I don't know actually the spelling of it. Is it message or message? I don't know. Okay, you see that the sign up is sent, even though the element is empty here, there is nothing here, but the HTML well as be able to send JavaScript will be able to send something in here and display it there. So that's what we'll be doing in this class. So anytime we want to display anything, we ask JavaScript, we do the calculation, ask JavaScript to display the result there. So in our previous class where we talk about variable, we've seen that variable is a kind of container that will hold a value. Let's say I create a variable here, I say let's say num1, let's say is equals to 20 there, right? So this num1 is the name of the variable that holds number 20 inside. If I now remove this one, I then specify num1 there, and put semicolon there, then I will be able to see the number 20 in the button there. Now if I save this, if I save this and refresh this one, I'll be I've seen number 20 there, right? So which means the variable is successfully stored number 20 inside, so I can use the variable like that. So if I now see another variable over num2, let's say is equals to, let's say 40 here, then I can do my calculation, say okay, I want to add this number 1 to this num1 to num2. How will I do? Maybe I want to save it inside another variable, call it, let's say total. Then I can say okay, var total is equals to num1 plus num2, then close the bracket there. And then if I now specify here total, guess what are we expecting in our browser there? We are expecting to see number 60 there, right? We have seen the number 60 there. So if I come down here, you will see number 20 plus number 40, then we have number 60. Similarly, this is not the end. If you have three numbers, maybe you have like num3 is equals to, let's say 30, then you can add all of them together, no matter how the lengths they be num3. Yes, I can add all of them together, then save this, refresh this page here, refresh this page here, then you have 90. We add all of them together. So that is not even the end here. From here, I can even add actual number. I can say 20, another 20 from here. Then also add the 20 from the list. What it does is that num1 plus num2 plus num3 goes here and fetch all of them, then add extra 20 to it. Now that is why we have this. If we refresh this one, you see have 90 because okay, 120 because of the other 10 we have added. So even here you can like to maybe add something there, no problem. If you see okay plus 20 here, then there is no problem. You can add 20. What are you suspecting here? We expect to see since 130, right? Because maybe I didn't see it. Okay, I didn't see it. Okay, now refresh this. So refreshing, I'll be able to see 130 there. Just 130 there. Okay, so similarly to arithmetics is very simple in terms of when it comes to the JavaScript, right? So now after this arithmetic, after this addition, we also have another operators that we call let's say minus. If you do minus, no problem. We can do minus here, plus there, other things, minus. You can can even combine minus and plus there. Yes. Now if I see 40 minus 20, I can say okay, 2 here, then 1 here, right? So save this, refresh it here. Okay, I've seen 20 there because 40 minus 20 is 20, right? So similarly, you can do the multiplication. Multiplication is asterisk. This one that we use maybe in Excel, that is where it is located at a key of 8. When you press shift, press key 8, then you see the value there. So the same thing here, if you refresh this one, save it and refresh, and you see the multiplication. That is 840 times 20, that is 800. Oh, similarly also we have division, which is forward slash to divide. Then there is no problem with that too. If you divide 20 by 40 or 40 by 20, whatever it is, then you see the result there. Yes, if you now come here, refresh this page here, you'll see 2. That is 40 divided by 20 is 2 for each of the 20s. Okay, after this 4, addition, division, multiplication, we have one important operators that we didn't even talk about. We call it modulus. Modulus look like division, but it is not actual division. What it does is divide a number, but if there is a remainder, it will give you the remainder. For instance, the modulo is percentage here. We press shift and press 5 all together. Now if you save this one, instead of seeing 2, probably you will see a 0 because 20 can go into 40 2 times without having any remainder. That is why we are seeing 0 as a remainder there. But if we make our 40, or maybe let me use simple numbers. Simple numbers, let's say here I have number 5. Here I will have, let's say, number 2 here. Then if I have this, save it, then come here, refresh it. Here you probably see 1. Why is it 1? Because 2 can go into 5 2 times. 1 is remaining. When it wants to go for the 3rd time, it's only 1. 1 is just a remaining. So that is why we have a remainder. But if you do for the division here, you'll see a different answer there, right? You see a different answer there. You see 2.5, right? So the difference is clear. The modulus is giving you the remainder after division, right? While the division is giving you the amount each divisor will get, all right? So that is just the differences between the two. And don't forget, this addition, subtraction, multiplication, you can combine all of them together in order to achieve a particular mathematical expression. You can do addition, multiplication. You can say, okay, num1 plus num2 minus num3 divided by num1, then you can do times num2, then you can also do modulo num3. All of them, you can add all of them together and then achieve a single mathematical result there. So now if you save this file here, you save this file here, come here and refresh this page here, you'll be able to see the result. 60. Wow, is it possible? Yeah, it might be possible. Follow the instructions of the calculation, probably you get the result should be like that. Maybe the number is too much near, that is why you didn't get the actual things. Maybe let me see what is the output here. Let me save it here. Maybe the number is a large number. As a result of that, the module will be large module. Let me see, refresh it here. It's 0. The number is 0, and modulo of 60 is still 60. Now 60 can go into 0 0 times. What is the remainder? Is 0. So only one thing I can also tell you this is that if you attempt to divide a number by 0, you are going to get an error, because the number cannot be divided by a 0. Now look at this. Let's say a number here is 0. Then you try to say, let's say num2 or num3 divide by num1, which is 0. You will probably have problem. You can't divide any number by 0, but you can multiply, you can add, you can subtract, you can do anything, but division is a problem with 0. Can't divide number with 0. So infinity, right? You see the problem? Infinity, you can't divide number. It's supposed to even show you that you can't divide number with 0. Or what happens if you see maybe num1 0 divided by a number. Let me try it. Num1 divided by num2, right? Okay, save it, refresh the page here. You have 0. Okay, then this shows that you can divide a 0 by any number, but you cannot divide any number by 0. But can you divide number 1 by 0 by 0? Probably you can do that. You can do that. 0 by 0. Yes. So this is kind of mathematics of things. You see, none. This none. Thank God for that. It gives us this none. This none. Anywhere you see this none, non-integer, is mean non-integer, non-number, right? It is not a number. So that is what is giving you. The result is not a number. So sometimes maybe you do calculation, you want to check if the number is a number. As a result, it's not a number, then you do a lot of things. This one is very, very important. Also, in terms of maybe validating an input, you ask the user to put the name, the age, and then they are putting something that is not even a number, though this JavaScript can identify and tell you this is not a number. So at this point we come to the end of this week, and probably by next week we are starting another episode for the journey. Try as much as possible to keep practicing what you have learned. Try to also relate all what you have learned together and summarize everything within the week, and then we look forward the next week, inshallah. Thank you for watching.